It's going to be a proving grounds for racers again in 2023. The Slinger Super Speedway hosting the ASA Midwest Tour, and their 76th season begins today. For the Elite 8 Super Late models coming to the green flag, it's Griesbach and Nottestad, two young Chargers, take us to the first turn. Ryan DeStefano, the number 0 Will-Bam Chevrolet. He's on the outside of Jeremy Lepak. They are going at it. This is how close you can get by maintaining your lane plus an inch around Slinger Speedway. Race pace right now, 11.586 seconds by our race leader.
Whoa, got it spin. Brian Sire-Keski goes around.
In the mix. Brad Miller back in the mix. We mentioned how they had to go up to the last chance to get a chance. That brings out our first caution.
The choose cone, the order of the day here at the Slinger Super Speedway. Jacob Nottestad chooses the outside, leads him back to green. The battle for second, it was short-lived. R.J. Braun to the inside of Steve Apel, and now the 77 Riley Stengen machine. Could Apel have the handling of that 51 going away? Oh, we got problems. Turn 2.
Ryan Farrell around. There goes Levon Vandergeest, and Luke Fenhaus is involved. Farrell was the first car to come to a complete stop, and it got packed up and banged up, and
I think there was some fluid on the. Yep, there is fluid.
Knocked the radar
fluid
out
running down
80.
right now, but there was a lot of smoke when the 80 machine went around.
Nottestad and R.J. Braun, two young Chargers from Slingers Weekly Racing, lead us back to the green flag with Steve Apel, the 5-time champion, toe on the bottom, digging deep in that red 51.
Apel will slide into the third position, but R.J. Braun is going after the lead. Working to the inside of Jacob Nottestad.
Could that cause some payback here?
At the line, Braun had the lead.
He washed up into Nottestad. Not a lot of contact there, but taking the line away from Nottestad. He will remember that one.
R.J. Braun started in 8th position. Now Nottestad has his hands full with Steve Apel. That's Dennis Prunty in the 42 underneath Nick Egan. Riley Stengen, the Utica bar, number 77, will try to do the same.
You see the racing line change there for Riley. He had to tap the brake and get a little entry difference on the bottom of turn 3 to his outside. That young Charger, the number 13 of Nick Egan. Egan trying to hold him down here. Touching just ever so slightly again on exit.
That was a little more than a just slightly touch. Oh, man. Look at the left side of Egan's number 13.
It's going to be a 000 on that door panel instead of the 13, and then Stengen trying to regather here to the inside and somehow loses a bit of ground off exit.
This is the battle for 5th. Egan has it. Stengen in the 77 wants it.
It's the best battle in the top 10 here. Stengen washed up just a little bit there, but Egan with a good run on the outside holds position in the Zeller Transportation 13.
You can run the outside here. You can get, yes, it's the longer way around, but you can get such a good run off of turn number 2. Coming off of turn number 2 has more banking than coming off of turn 4. So right there, see the outside, get a good pull.
One lap away from halfway, and this battle for 5th continues, but look at that long train about to pounce. 5th through 14th in this battle here, it appears. Egan, the lone car on the outside, the rest are single file, but gathering steam on this pair. Still in battle for 5th. Jacob Nottestad led the opening circuits. Here's another great race. We can't keep our eyes away from everything going on the racetrack. We're showing you some great shots here. And Mondyke, a tap from Prunty, gets sideways and saves it.
My, oh my. That'll open the door for Ryan DeStefano.
9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th here under contest at Slinger.
Wow.
Physical communication there.
Polhemus in the 79 will bring out our third caution.
Barrett Polhemus already pitted once under one of our cautions. We talked about things not counting when it comes to yellow flag laps. So that young driver under the watchful eye of Casey Johnson had already pitted once. Unfortunately, he was back in 21st position, about a lap down, right behind Levon. Dennis Prunty in row number 2. The veteran will see the green flag from outside the second row in the 42, and here we go, back to green at Slinger.
Whoa, and the 92 machine got sideways off of 4. That will give Nottestad an opportunity on the outside.
Riley Stengen got a little squirrely, scattered the field momentarily, but everybody continues.
Nottestad back to the point by a fender. Can he make the outside lane work? Can he clear his contact?
They're just so much on the edge here, Dean. It's not a matter of rubbing a guy. It's a matter of how can I stay off the guy half the time or better. Coming around these high banks off of turn 2, the inside line, it levels off sooner than the outside. There's more bank and more carrying speed down the backstretch if you're in the outside line here at this quarter mile.
It looks like the 92 machine just pinched down on the bottom. They came for the green. He got a little sideways there to R.J. Braun. That opened the door for Nottestead. Braun now battling back. They're off of 4. Nottestead is sideways.
You didn't get moved up the hill. It's just a matter of racing that close and getting on the edge and getting on the gas as soon as you can to stay even. He knows if he gives up that run, R.J. Braun's going to get that advantage, and now he clears him. Advantage, R.J. Braun. Here comes Steve Apel on assault on the inside to the right 51.
Super late model racing, ASA Midwest Tour at its finest on the high banks of the Slinger Super Speedway. This is the battle for second. Steve Apel to the inside of Jacob Nottestead. And Prunty, to your point, Jim, Dennis Prunty is just pouncing, ready to pounce, I should say, in that 4th position.
It's a matter of getting the right time, the right opportunity. Jacob Nottestead has a fast car, but it takes a long time for him to give up a position. That may be costing Dennis Prunty his opportunity here. Prunty's got to stay in the gas. He's got to get inside. He's got to get next to the 97. Can't let Nottestead go free, and he does here this time.
30 laps to go. There's the distance between first and second. Steve Apel going to try and track him down. 39 career super late model wins here at the Slinger Super Speedway. Going to the way of Steve Apel. Whoa, there's contact. Leapak to the rear bumper of DeStefano, and DeStefano will lose several positions.
Move Leapak into 7th. DeStefano trying to regather and just trying to hang on to the back end of the top 10.
Here's the battle for the lead. Steve Apel has caught him.
To the inside goes the lap car of Brad Kieth, but Brad's not a lap down yet. He wants to race hard and charge hard. It's all legal here. So you get a lap down. He's back at 18th trying to hang on. He won't be able to do it.
We are inside, 20 laps to go. R.J. Braun puts a couple of car lengths between himself and Steve Apel as they go around Brad Kieth. That has allowed Jacob Nottestead to close in as well. R.J. is looking for his first tour win. So is Steve Apel.
Up is Brian Sierkowski, then Bubba Pollard in 13th, ahead of them on the front stretch.
Nottestead to the inside of the 51 for second. Does Jacob Nottestead have anything left in the tank?
Giving a peek, but the bottom lane is full with Richie Locke's number 55. Advantage R.J. Braun, and nope, it can't work. Apel closes that door to keep that seam sealed.
You can't go 3 wide.
Advantage.
You cannot go 3 wide here at Slinger. Nottestead had to back off.
They could try, but they'll get black flag.
Yes. 5 to go.
Nice move there. R.J. Braun outside in. Jankowski trying to hang on with an ill-handling race car. Nottestead has saved something here in that black 97. He is getting after it. The Kearns Motor Car Chevrolet. Trying to chase down Steve Apel, the 5-time champion. 2 to go. R.J. Braun to the inside. The young driver out of Wales, Wisconsin. Less than 10 miles from home. Less than 2 laps away from victory here at Slinger Super Speedway. Into turn number 3 for the final time to the checkered flag. The winner of the Miracle on the High Banks, R.J. Braun. R.J. Braun, the champion here today of the ASA Midwest Tours season opener, along with the Elite 8 Super Late Model Series.
Just weaving our way, maintaining our tires, trying to get through, keeping the guys behind me at a good distance behind me. And I can't thank Steve, all my sponsors, PD Paterka, Morris, Tsugami, Okuma, KKD, Welder Supply, Hog Alley, and my mom and dad. I can't thank them all enough.
Yeah, I made the mistake of letting him go early. I was hoping he'd burn his stuff off, and I think he did. It just couldn't navigate lap traffic as good as he could, and that was the difference from first or second. And but it was fun. You know, really, the car's in one piece and clean. And it's the first time in the last 2 years that I've been mentoring RJ. The guys got the race against him for a win. So hats off to him. He deserved it. He works his tail off. Many people don't think so, but that kid works on that car just as much as I do. And so happy for him. I really thought that the first Midwest Tour win would be with me driving, but heck of a job by RJ, and really cool. Just an awesome race in general. Thanks to the fans for coming out. Kids' school came today, Addison. They had a bunch of kids here, and people that come in the stands, just you guys are diehards, and we appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a lot of work behind the scenes, and you know, it takes an army to do this, and I can't do it without my family. My kids, a year ago, we were in the hospital. We didn't race this race. So to have these kids with me, they finished first and second, that's what it's all about.
Cameron needed a bone marrow transplant. His bows and arrows came out of his little brother Harrison. How about a hand for the April family in the championship run they had here today? Great way to celebrate a return to health and a return to the podium here. You led the race early. Jacob Nottestad finishes third here today. That number 97 was clicking. And then late in the race, I'm like, here he comes. He saved something. How was your charge? How can you define your run to third today, Jacob?
Well, it was pretty fun for sure. Congrats to RJ and Steve. They're clearly the best team in the business, and to run with them was pretty awesome. I think we needed it to stay green for longer. We were really good on the long runs and just were a little bit too snug on the restarts. But I gotta thank all the guys back at the shop, my dad, Don, Travis, wish he was here, Brent, Doug, Jeff, all my sponsors, Kearns Motor Car Company, Wagner Construction, Ridgetop, Hogan Farms, Lake Ripley Lanes, Wolf Storage, Brumman, JR Photography, and Utica Bar, all the guys. It was an awesome run for sure. Yeah, definitely had a little bit more experience, which was good. I don't think I've ever qualified on that cold of a track, so I was just trying to take it easy, and I'm glad we made the invert. I was kind of disappointed. I thought we were a little bit better, and it showed in the race. Was hoping we could have been a couple more spots better.